6 years ago, Marvel's own black symbiote villain from the world of Spider-Man, Venom, made his big screen solo debut. 3 years after that, he appeared in his second film, Let There Be Carnage. Now, I just saw the brand new installment to this series, The Last Dance, now playing in theaters, which intends to be the final installment of this trilogy. But is this new installment and final installment of the Venom trilogy a grand swan song to the symbiote himself? Or is this one just due to be, well, blown to bits and fried by a real fire and a huge, big, loud blast of a sound? Find out in this spoiler free review right now.
This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews.
So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the 2024 superhero flick Venom: The Last Dance, released by Columbia, written and directed by Kelly Marcel. This, of course, is the final installment in the Venom trilogy, and the fifth overall film in Sony's Spider-Man universe. Tom Hardy returns as the titular character and his alter ego of Eddie Brock, along with Chiwetel Ejiofor, Juno Temple, Rhys Ifans, Stephen Graham, Peggy Lu, who also returns from the previous two installments. It's the only person I know of. Clark, Backo, Alanna, Ubach, and Andy Serkis, who recently directed the previous installment. Anyway, this is it. The grand finale. No turning back. Anyway, now, as you may recall at the end of the last film, but first, if you haven't seen my spoiler-free review of the last film, you need to check out by clicking on that card. Before I get into my thought onto this, I'm only going to give you the first bit of this. All right. Now, A. Brock and Venom are drunk in a bar in Mexico, still on the run after their recent battle with Carnage. And the murder of Patrick Mulligan makes international headlines, with A being named the prime suspect, forcing him to sail to New York City and attempt to clear his name. But not known to either of them, a creature known as a xenophage has begun tracking the two. The recent events catch the attention of Rex Strickland, a soldier who oversees Imperium, a government operation at the site of the soon-to-be decommissioned Area 51 for the capture and study of other symbiotes that have fallen to Earth. Mulligan, revealed to have survived his encounter with Carnage, is captured after being left for dead by another symbiote who eluded Strickland's soldiers. He is bonded with one of many contained symbiotes and questioned by Imperium researchers Dr. Teddy Payne and Sadie Christmas to learn about the symbiote's purpose on Earth before Strickland is ordered to bring Venom down. Well, that's only the little bit of a story I'm going to give to you. So I'm going to let the rest of you be up to you, okay? Now I will tell you that later on, Venom tells a that the xenophages were unleashed in the universe by the creator of the symbiotes, known as Null, to retrieve a codex, which was forged when a symbiote resurrected its host. That's all, and that's that. That's all I'm going to tell you. So my thoughts on Venom: The Last Dance. I thought it was a blast. If you didn't see my out of theater reaction a few hours ago, nope, I'm not too thrilled with that. So anyway, I am going to say, like I said, it was a blast. I enjoyed this just as much as the last film. While it doesn't quite come on close to my liking of the last film, but it has its moments. It does have a few flaws, but it doesn't really deduct any points from me. I know critics are mixed on the story and what have you, and that's understandable. However, everything else was still well received. They actually did like the action sequences. Yes, I completely agree. This had a whole lot of action, why have you. Especially once Venom bonds himself to a horse, and boy, let me tell you, that was freaking awesome. And it was fun. Love that scene. It was, like I said, freaking awesome. And oh wow. When we see all those other symbiotes, yeah, well, you'll see for yourself. I'm not going to give the details on that either, okay? Anyway, also, let's see. Oh yes, now I remember. There was also some really funny moments, especially when A meets with this family here named Moon, and the the one of the guys named Mari Moon, along with his wife Nova and their two kids. Yeah, yeah, and they were doing a little sing along to well, a certain little musical number by David Bowie, if you know what I'm talking about. But I'd rather I don't spoil that for you, but you'll know it when you hear it, because it's had some pretty good songs and what have you. Now, so far, the film unfortunately sits way down at 36%. At least that's 6% more than the original Venom film. But anyway, according to Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic has that score 41, while CinemaScore gives this a B minus, the lowest of the trilogy. The film unfortunately made 8.5 million from its Thursday opening and only 22 million on its opening day. But so far, the film, however, has done 94 million worldwide. But some are saying this isn't going to do too well because after we more recently saw this happen with Joker Folie à Deux not so long ago, we may yet again have another big disappointment on our hands here. So I'm saying I wish this the best of luck. It's gonna need it. If this turned out to be another bust, I'm really gonna get PO'd at some of you out there that's not giving these movies credit and what have you. Because we've missed out on some films we've been wanting to see and what have you that haven't been released in that many cities and what have you. But I'll get to that when I talk about some of those films another day, okay? Anywho, we have Dan Deacon doing the score for the film, and it was pretty good. Now, Kelly Marcel directed this film, and who was also well known for writing the script for 50 Shades of Grey. She was also the writer for the first two Venom films, and this is actually her directorial debut, too, as a matter of fact. She also wrote the screenplay and co wrote the story with Tom Hardy, who, of course, once again assumes the role of Venom. They're both also they're both also co-producers on the film as well. Now I gotta give Tom Hardy credit for playing Venom in A Brock once more. Again, real fun chemistry and what have you, and but it was the emotional depth between the two in some parts that was really something. Well, I don't really mean by saying the chemistry. It was just a no. How you get the point? Okay, I'm really don't mean to say the wrong thing, but I can't help it. All right, this is my review, and I'll say whatever the heck I want. All right. In the words of the late great Stan the Man Lee, enough said. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Now, playing Strickland is Chiwetel Ejiofor, who most people would remember playing Baron Mordo in the Doctor Strange films. Yeah, this is kind of what left some people mind-boggling, or something like that, which I found to be weird. And same thing with Rhys Ifans, who plays Martin Moon in this film because, of course, you may recall Ifans actually played Dr. Kirk Connors, aka the Lizard, in The Amazing Spider Man 12 years prior to this. But I must say his character was pretty funny though, because he was a hippie and what have you. And let's see. And his wife is played by Alanna Ubach, who I've seen in numerous films, and I also remember her for playing Josie in the early season of the kids show of Science Beekman's World. Now, Stephen Graham returns as Patrick Mulligan, while Peggy Lu returns as Mrs. Chen. You know, the gal who ran the convenience store in the first two films. Yeah, they ran into her in Vegas and what have you. And well, I'll let you see what they do. I'm not giving you the details on that here. No way. You just see for yourself, okay? And then we have Juno Temple playing Dr. Tay Payne, who most people would know her best from Apple TV's recent hit series Ted Lasso. And she was also in the fifth season of TV's Fargo. I'm going to say she was pretty good. And Clark Backo played Sadie Christmas. And she was also in an Apple TV Plus series, and that was The Changeling. She's also recently appeared in other series, including Designated Survivor, Winona Earp, and Supernatural. So I'm gonna say that character was pretty good. And No was done by Andy Serkis, the man who directed the previous Venom film, and of course he also recently appeared in Black Panther. I do believe. Just trying to to check and what have you. Oh man, I know he's done lots of things. Please stand by. I'll be right back. Okay, yes, I had to make sure I was correct on that. Yeah, he played Ulysses Claw in Black Panther. He was also Alfred in the Batman and lots of other films. So I gotta give him credit for doing this as well. So anyway, the cast isn't too bad. So the story does have a few, might have some issues in why, but overall it had a lot of the fun, campy, cheesy tone the other films had, which I liked that, especially the horse scene and just lots of other scenes. And the cast is really good too. And I don't care what anybody says, especially even if they what they have to say about Chiwetel Ejiofor and Rhys Ifans and what have you. Yeah, I don't care. But again, Tom Hardy steals the show as Venom and A. Brock. So overall, Venom: The Last Dance I thought was a pretty good swan song to end the Venom trilogy. So that's about it. That's about all I can tell you. I loved it. It was awesome. It might not have come close to my liking of Let There Be Carnage, but it still proved to be fun. So overall, I love it. For my score, I'm going to give Venom: The Last Dance 5 stars, which of course will mean on a scale of 1 to 10, it gets a 10. So what did you think of Venom: The Last Dance? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel. Make it grow, make the views grow. And next time I'll be bringing to you a review of Scooby-Doo: The Mystery Begins. So if you like this, check out my reviews of these other Marvel flicks from the world of Spider-Man. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of the most recent installment from the MCU with Spidey and Spider-Man No Way Home, which is a spoiler-free review from 2021, which hadn't been just released after Let There Be Carnage came out. In the upper right-hand corner is my my re-review of Spider-Man 3 Venom's debut played by Topher Grace, but I'm not going to talk much about that. And the bottom left hand corner, if you'd like, even though I didn't mention just the sequel, check out my actual review of the first film from 2018. And the bottom right hand corner is a button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.